product, and they stand behind every sale. Massey Ferguson is the last tractor you'll ever need. NC Tractor, a dependable and reliable company that'll be there after the sale. NC Tractor on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton. Low gallon with the forecast for today. Look for highs around 50 degrees under sunny skies. Tonight's lows around 25. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. Highs around 50. Overnight lows around 20. For Saturday, here comes the rain. Highs around 45. Overnight lows around 30. Then for Sunday, sunshine. Highs around 55. Overnight lows around 30. And then Monday, another cloudy day with rain moving into the area on Tuesday. That is your forecast. Thank you for listening. We are 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Welcome to All Things Rutherford, here on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton. Now here's your host, Todd and Tracy.
All right, y'all ready?
Good Thursday morning.
Good Thursday morning.
Welcome to the show. What is this?
It's the next big thing.
Whatever it is, it better be good.
And
they better entertain me.
I entertain y'all, so entertain me.
Are you ready?
Let's start the show.
Let's get this thing started.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
That's right. On this Thursday morning, Butch Smallby checking in with us on the YouTube. Good morning. How are you, sir?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, Todd.
I forgot what I was going to say. 3 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Thursday morning, beautiful Thursday morning. Guess what?
What? Tell me.
I have to go read this to you.
Okay.
Because I am the informative DJ that I am.
Oh, go right ahead.
If it loads it. I don't see it now.
Oh.
Hold up.
Oh.
I got another place I can go see.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. A winter storm watch has been issued for January 4th at 3:54 a.m. until January the 6th at 1 p.m. Heavy precipitation possible. Heavy mixed precipitation possible. Total snow and sleet accumulations of up to a half an inch.
Oh.
And ice accumulations of 0.2 to 1/4 of an inch possible. Isolated areas could see accumulations up to 0.3 of an inch of ice. Portions of Piedmont, western North Carolina from late Friday night through Saturday afternoon. So plan on slippery road conditions for Saturday. Got that. This morning when I woke up, passed that along to you. So definitely winter looks like it's going to come in on Saturday.
I like the snow, but leave the ice away.
Good thing about it is it's Saturday. Don't really have any place to be.
That's true. You can kind of just sit back and then.
Once it warms up, it'll be good.
Yeah.
I would like to see a good dusting of snow.
I would too.
Because we went all last year, the first time in recorded
history.
We
had nothing.
That we had nothing.
I don't even think we had sleet.
Nope.
We didn't have freezing. We didn't have nothing last year.
Didn't have nothing. Chad Medford checking in on the YouTube says, good morning, Todd and Tracy. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Chad will be on his way to work.
Don't you remember how when we were kids, how fun it was to, when it was doing something outside, we'd always be listening to Jim Bishop. We'd always be listening to him and waiting for school cancellations.
Waiting for the schools to, and it was all in the alphabetical realm of North Carolina. Rutherford is way down the list.
Way down the list.
So you'd always catch it when it was Caldwell County, and you're like, oh my gosh. Caldwell, Cabarrus.
That's true.
Okay, Franklin.
But Jim was always on top of it, though.
Yeah.
They always called in, the school did, and that's one thing I miss about him being here.
It amazed me that no matter how many times on the radio show, no matter how many times you said it, people would still call. Right. Is there school today?
Absolutely.
Every time.
I've taken many phone calls.
It's like, do you not listen to the radio? Turn the radio on.
They're too excited.
Yeah, exactly.
They're out looking up at the sky.
Our SDO reporter checking in on the YouTube. Good morning, Creighton.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And I've said this before. I can specifically. This is a memory that I don't know why I remember this particular memory, but I was at Dunbar. Now this is the old Dunbar.
Oh
over on
yeah,
Hardin
I
Road.
remember exactly
Is that
where
right,
it is.
Hardin Road?
Yep.
Yeah. So we get to class, and no sooner than we get in class, it starts snowing. So the excitement starts building. The excitement, and we were there probably less than an hour.
Yeah.
We're shuffled back out on the buses going home. What I remember is all the excitement of the classroom. When we got outside into the snow,
Yeah.
I remember how quiet it was.
Yeah.
And that always amazed me of how quiet the snowfall is. And I didn't think much about it until years later. Snow actually acts as an acoustic baffle.
Yeah.
It keeps the sound down.
Isn't that it's awesome
So
though.
your sound doesn't travel through snow. It hits it
Yeah.
and bounces.
It is so quiet. It
Yeah,
is so quiet.
Snowfall is so quiet, and that's why snowfall is so quiet. When you go to a peaceful place and the snow's falling, and it's quiet, that's why.
Yeah.
Snow is an acoustic baffle, keeps sound from
That's interesting.
penetrating.
I've always wondered about that.
Yeah, that was just something, and I was like, no, and I
Wow.
can remember coming out. I don't think you went to Dunbar.
No, I went to
But
Sunshine.
we had to come down the main hallways, go up the steps by the cafeteria, out a little covered walkway, onto the buses, and I remember walking out. It was just the excitement from
gosh.
inside to outside. It was just quiet.
And even adults get like that. I mean, I know I jump
Adults
around.
don't get quiet. Oh, yeah. You're talking about excited.
Well, yeah, we're not quiet at all. We're
You're talking about excited. 8 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Thursday morning, you are listening to the Todd and Tracy Morning Show, the best morning show in all of Western North Carolina, bar none. Sorry to say, but you're listening to it right here. We broadcast live every morning from the Whiteside Tower Complex, the 82nd floor. If you'll come up the elevator, our good friend Ricardo on the elevator out there, he'll guide you up to the 82nd floor, and he'll bring you to the Blue Room, the Suite B, second door on the left. That's where you'll find us. Hadn't talked about Ricardo in a while. He's been on vacation. That's okay. Ricardo back with us. Good morning, Ricardo. Hope you're having a great morning. We're going to go ahead and get started with the morning report. How about that? Dakota Livesay Chronicles of the Old West, and we'll go to the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department after you hear this from Dakota.
Today's story is about a man who personified persistence. His name was Gale Borden. Born in 1801, he and his family went to Texas during its fight for independence from Mexico. Gale founded a newspaper called the Telegraph and Texas Register. It was his paper that coined the phrase, "Remember the Alamo." Mexican General Santa Anna burned Gale's newspaper and threw the press into the river. But Gale's real love was inventing. He invented a locomotive bathhouse so the women of Galveston could have freshwater baths while at the beach. It was a failure. He also invented an amphibious Conestoga wagon. It sank on its maiden voyage. During a yellow fever epidemic, Borden's wife and 2 children died. He tried to come up with a cooling unit, hoping it would control yellow fever. It failed. In 1849, Gale concocted a meat product that wouldn't spoil called a meat biscuit. It didn't work either. On a voyage home from England, Gale witnessed the death of 4 children from drinking contaminated milk. He worked for 2 years to come up with a milk product that wouldn't spoil. It took 3 more years to get it patented. Then the Civil War broke out. The Union Army bought 25,000 quarts of his product per month. Shortly afterward, he was producing that much every day. Later, Gale Borden changed the name of his product to Eagle Brand Condensed Milk. On January 11, 1874, at the age of 72, Gale Borden died. He had written his own epitaph. It reads, "I tried and failed, I tried again and succeeded." You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Unable to get a hold of the folks over at the Sheriff's Department. We'll try them again tomorrow. So they must be out busy this morning, so we'll just let them go with that. We'll check in with 911 Communications Center next.
To provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
12 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Thursday morning. Valdez with us from the 911 Communications Center. Good morning.
Good morning.
What do you have for us this morning?
In the past 24 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 469 911 and administrative calls, which consisted of 70 emergency medical services, and as for law enforcement, we have 157 from the Sheriff's Office, 72 from Forest City, 56 from Rutherfordton, 1 from Lake Lore, 62 from Spindale, and for fire calls, we have Cliffside taking care of a power line fire, Rutherfordton took care of a vehicle fire and smoke report, SDO took care of a motor vehicle crash, and Spindale took care of a fire investigation. And that is all we got.
Thanks so much, Valdez. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
12 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Thursday morning. Well, folks, I want you to go down to North Washington Street Banking Company. Brand new business right here in Rutherford County. And they're located where? Well, you guessed it, North Washington Street. They specialize in cupcakes. They have all flavors of cupcakes. Brownie bars, cookies, pies, cakes by the slice and order. Or you can order a whole cake, scones in many different flavors. Enjoy the almond and chocolate croissants. Do we have to say that like croissants?
Croissant. Well, it sounds much more enticing.
Well, yeah, but we're Southern. So
Croissant.
go check out the almond and chocolate biscuits. No, they're croissants.
The croissants.
Also,
biscuit
lemon.
and croissants, two different things.
Well, yeah. Also, lemon, blueberry, fresh strawberry, and cranberry pecan, or the delicious sweet potato muffin, or the sweetbread. If you have an event coming up and you need a sweet treat, call on North Washington Street Baking Company. They offer platters and combination trays from a few to a whole crowd. They can accommodate all of them. Open Monday through Friday, 8 until 4, Saturday, 8 until 1, closed on Wednesdays and Sundays. You can also order online at nwsbakingco.com. Melissa Carey, she's the baker with 30 years experience, and you remember her from over at the cafe at the mall, and you know the treats are good. Stop in today, 838 North Washington Street in Rutherford, right down the road from Tony's Produce. Call them at 828-827-3747. Trust me, it's a sweet
And
experience.
we know they're good, too, because me and Todd have already been into them.
Absolutely good.
They are delicious. Go try them.
Here is the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour.
His brain in one hand and a pen in the other.
Doing the best he can, making a plan.
He is Sam I Am.
He is Sam I Am.
I ran out of things on
He
that
eats
one.
his peanut butter with jam. He loves candied yams. Oh, we could go on. As well. Great Lois from the SDO. I think we covered it all, didn't we?
I think you have.
The showstopper, the elbow drop. No, okay, no, that's no. Slide checking in with us on the. That's right. Slide checking in with us on the YouTube this morning. Good morning, Slide.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh,
I hope you're having a great day. What are you looking over here for? The camera's up there.
I know. I'm all messed up
Here's
this
one
morning.
for you. Give him a proper introduction this
There
morning.
you
Creighton
go.
Loveless, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. How are y'all?
Doing good. I can't wait for the Sunday.
Yeah.
You ever,
Hey, man,
you ever
me
been
too.
ready to go to church?
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready to go to
I am.
church.
What you gonna do?
We got a party coming up.
Oh,
it's
no
our
wonder.
Christmas.
That's right.
We've had sickness and just
Oh.
it's terrible, and we've trying to stay away from it because we don't want to keep spreading it around. So we have to tune in on the YouTube.
So you're finally having your
Facebook.
Christmas get
And we're
together.
gonna get together on Sunday, and it's gonna be a big time.
It's gonna be a
Good.
good time.
I hope it don't snow so y'all
No,
can.
I hope it does. I'll go anyway.
We'll go anyway, won't we?
We'll start a taxi service around town. Everybody, we picking up everybody.
We'll make it.
Get a big sleigh and just get some horses attached. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
That's
There you
right.
go. That's right.
Well, Creighton, what you got for us this morning, sir?
Well, guys, it is the 4th day of the year, and since we have a leap year, there are 362 days left in this year. I was counting regularly earlier, and I said, uh-oh, this is the leap year. I forgot about that. Today is National Spaghetti Day, from what I read. That's not too bad. Might have to find, I don't know, at our meeting tonight, they might have spaghetti on the menu. I might have to put a bug in somebody's ear. Chief Hoffer, he reported that SDO responded to a motor vehicle accident. We don't have no birthdays, anniversaries, or events, but if you folks out there in Radio Land have any of those, you can email them to us at sdoevent@gmail.com. Looks like today is going to be sunny in the fire district with a high of 51. Tonight's going to be clear with them bitterly cold temps of 22 degrees. Sunrise is coming up soon, guys, at 7:36, sunset at 5:27. The moon is still in that last quarter phase, and the signs today, well, they're still in the range. That's the flowering sign, so no planting of veggies. And the moon's still in the dark phase, but the signs are going to change tomorrow. And, guys, I got another corny joke for you. Why did the picture go to jail?
Because it was framed.
That's right.
Oh, is that it? I just get. I've
Todd got the punchline.
Well, it's
there.
Dad,
You go.
You know, them stupid dad jokes.
Oh man, laughter is a good medicine. The Bible says that. I'm paraphrasing, but it's always good to laugh, and we appreciate y'all bringing smiles and laughter and just sunny, wholesome goodness to the folks here in Rutherford County and around. So, guys, keep up the good work. Y'all doing great.
Thank you.
Here's your little Star Wars dad joke back at you.
Oh gosh.
Why is Wookiee not good to eat? Because it's
chewy.
Some people out there won't get that.
Yep.
You have to be a Star
But those
Wars
Star
nut.
Wars geeks are going, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
But we got it. Right, he is, indubitably, yes.
Very good.
Hello
Well,
there.
thank you.
May the force be
General
with you.
Kenobi.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
Have a good one, Creighton.
All right, guys. Have a blessed one.
Bye. Bye, you too.
Creighton Ellis with that report from the SDO Fire District. Yeah, that was Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hello there. He says that every time he
I've seen the guy, but I never remember his name.
Well, you know, old Ben Kenobi. 19 minutes after. See, and people, a lot of people don't understand my Star Wars. And look, Star Wars has been with me since I was 6 years old. I'm 52.
Right.
That's a long time.
It is.
I mean, Star Wars, the first Star Wars movie that ever came out was over here, had it at the cinema, at the mall. As a matter of fact, I have seen all 11 Star Wars movies in the same exact theater.
That's amazing.
Over here at the mall, over a span of 42 years.
Right. That's a
The
long
first
time.
one came out in 1977. I believe it was in March. Tell you how much times have changed. My mom drove up to the front of the cinema and set me out when I was 6. Little group of kids together, and we all went in to watch Star Wars. That started my obsession in 1977. Then 80, and then 83, and then I had to wait several years for, the other ones. But, oh, yeah.
Speaking of that cinema, I wonder when that's going to be open.
They have totally redone that.
I know.
It looks awesome.
That we need to get together with them and have a grand opening.
If I'm not mistaken, the guy that formerly owned it,
I think that's what I had heard
bought it
too.
back.
Yeah.
And he is.
It's beautiful.
From what I understand, he has totally remodeled the inside, new everything inside.
I love just ride by and look at it now. It's so pretty on the outside.
Flashing marquee lights.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
pretty.
it. Hometown Cinema. We can't wait to get that open.
Yeah.
I don't care what movie it is. I'm going to go see something.
Hopefully, when they get open, they'll work with us and we can maybe give away some
wouldn't that
giveaways
be
over there from
something?
free movie tickets or
We'll
whatever.
have to work on
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I'm going to
Get
work
with
on
the guy
that.
over there. 20 minutes after 7 o'clock, we're going to continue our call-around report, going to Chris Melton. Chimney Rock next.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm Andrew Tisdale. When we work together, we focus what's important to you. We create a personalized strategy backed by our advice, our tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we partner together to help your strategy stay on track no matter what happens. Contact me at any time at 828-287-9197. We'll sit down, talk, and we're going to make a strategy that's right for you.
21 minutes after 7 o'clock, we were talking off there. I wonder if Lake Lure gets any lake effect snow. You know, as the cold air runs across a lake, a big body of water, it gathers moisture.
Yes.
And then snows.
I'd like to introduce y'all to meteorologist Todd.
It's just,
God, guys
I hear phrases like...
You need one of these weather maps over here.
I hear phrases like lake effect snow. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
have too.
What is that?
That is
my
a
buddy
good question.
used to use a term on me all the time. He called it a thermal inversion.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever been over by, let's say over at ICC?
Yeah.
And there's these little strands of fog that just kind of hang above the lake. Mm-hmm. That's a thermal inversion.
Really?
Where the heat and the cold are condensing and forming these little clouds above the lake.
Todd, you missed your calling.
I'm telling you.
He needs to be the weatherman. Hey, you remember Cloudy McLean?
Cloudy McLean.
On Channel 3.
I do. I remember there was one time this guy said it was a Friday night, a Thursday night, and it was calling for snow.
Yeah.
Of course, as a kid, you're going to watch the news and see what that weather forecast is. He said, 6 inch. No, it wasn't. He said, sunshine skies for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And the very next morning, it had snowed like 8 inches.
Oh, wow.
And, I mean, he totally missed it.
Yeah.
He said, well, I woke up with 8 inches of sunshine on my porch this morning. And I'll never remember that. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
That was good.
I got something that tells the weather pretty good.
What's that?
It's a rock, right?
It's a weather rock.
Yeah.
What is a weather rock?
It's raining.
If it's wet, it's rain.
Oh.
If it's hot, it's sunny. If it's gone, there's a tornado.
If it's white, it's snowing.
I completely fell face forward for that.
You jumped into that one with both feet.
I did.
And stomped around a minute.
All right, Chris. Look at you being all creative over there.
Chris, what do you have for us this morning, sir?
Not a whole lot. Lake Lure ran a power line investigation yesterday and a lockout, and that's it on the calls for all 4 departments up our way. I hope it ain't the calm before the storm, but it's kind of nice in case this weekend's busy for us. So with this weather coming in that we're supposed to get, so hopefully we don't get hammered with calls as well during it, but usually we do.
Hopefully people will use some common sense and if they don't have to go anywhere, just stay home. You don't have to absolutely go right there.
Well, being the touristy town we are, people come and then they think they can drive in snow and then they realize that they can't, and then we have to come rescue.
Uh-huh. It is just so curvy, that road is up through there. I can't imagine.
We blow our horn at our own taillights.
Do what?
We blow our horn at our own taillights sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. That's, right. That's a good way to put that.
My grandmother used to tell me a tale of if you go up through Chimney Rock, Lake Lure, and keep on going, you'll end up in a town called Girton.
Girton. Yep. I've heard of it.
Up the top of the mountain there, and then down the backside is the road wraps around on itself.
Yeah.
And she told me one time that her brother hitchhiked 12 times down the side of that mountain.
Oh my!
That's how curvy the road is, because you could just run to the next road before the car got there, and you could hitchhike. And he'd run to the next little bend, and he'd hitchhike, and people saw him 12 times going down the hill.
There's trails there. My grandma drove that road for 50-plus years going to work.
Absolutely. And there's little trails that are shortcuts down through each of them.
And, the kids, before they ever had school up there, of course, the kids still go to Central. And, that's a long way for them to be bused and drive, the ones that drive.
I just happen to think that might have been that road that my daddy had to walk to school every day, he tells me about.
Yeah.
Uphill both ways.
Both ways.
Well, Chris, we appreciate your report, man. Hope you have a great Thursday, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Have a great day as well.
Thanks, Chris.
Take care.
Creighton Lovelace checking in back on YouTube. He said, weather rocks are true forecasters indeed. Get you one. We're going to sell the official Pure Country WCAB weather rock coming up.
Forget the peanuts. We're all about rocks now.
$9.95. Oh, we could use the peanut. Would be a good forecaster.
How's that?
Put it outside on a string.
You have heard about the what is that nut that if you open it and it looks like a spoon?
Oh, the persimmon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of spoons this year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, folks, let me tell you about Washburn's General Store. They're your old-time local hometown general store. The Washburn family has been serving our county with a love for the people. They've got a store full of old-time merchandise and lots of new stuff, too. Got something for everyone. They've got Bibles ranging from Baby's First Bible, children's hardback Bibles with illustrations, Bibles for the teens, and, of course, adult Bibles. And some of those are large print. They have 365 days of prayers, devotional, and inspirational signs, and so many other items. Of course, they still have the old-fashioned toys for toddlers. Open Monday through Friday, 9:30 until 4:30. Saturdays, 9:30 until 3. Located on the Bostic Sunshine Highway. Stop by at lunch and get you one of them fresh bologna sandwiches with hoop cheese, cold drink. And when you stop in, be sure to tell Ann, Catherine, Casey, Rita, and Debbie that Todd and Tracy sent you by. Say, hey, I heard it on the radio this morning. Thought we'd stop in and see what all the fuss is about. And that's what you'll find over at the Washburn General Store. We're going to move over to Devern Bostic. Devern Upton and Devern Bostic and Upton. Devern Upton over in Bostic after this.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
I also like to let people know that WCAB is going to be moving, so we're going to get rid of some stuff around here. We found some old UNC calendars out here, anywhere from 2012 up to 2020. So if you'd like one of the old UNC calendars, drop by, pick those up absolutely free of charge. And we've also got some East High School 2007 2A baseball championship game CDs.
Yeah, somebody may really want that.
Yeah, that's put in
their kids are in there.
And listen to it. So you can come get you some of those. We have those absolutely free out here. Devern Upton, good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Oh, doing good.
Good.
What you got for us this morning, Devern?
Well, here in Boston, we have a temperature of 31 degrees. Fire department had no calls. Remember our firemen as they have to go out on these cold mornings and cold nights. And food boxes will be given out today at Washburn's Outreach from 9 to 1. The thrift store will also be open. And if you have any donations of clothes or anything, you can drop them off. They have a drop-off box there at the store, and it'll much be appreciated. We have one birthday, Pam Kennedy. We want to wish her a happy birthday. That's my baby girl. And don't forget to go by the bee supply store and get your bee supplies up on Depot Street, and then come down to Whistle Stop Bakery and get your bakery items. And hope everyone has a wonderful day.
We'll do it. Thanks so much, Devern. Have a great day.
You too.
Take care.
Devern Upton with that report from the Bostic Fire District. Let us know what's happening over that way. Did we say good morning to Jonna?
I have no clue, but we can do it again.
Jonna Prescott checking in on the YouTube. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I can't remember what I did, and I did what I can't remember.
And you'll just do it again.
And I'll do it again. 7:30 on this Thursday morning. We're going to check in with Robbie Samuel, Mount Vernon, after you hear this from Legendary Ford.
Sis Ford, located on Oak Street in Forest City, is now Legendary Ford. Still locally owned and still offering the same local hometown service as always. The new family at Legendary Ford is working hard to prove to you that they want your business. So stop by today and see the large selection of cars, SUVs, and trucks on the lot, and let the guys at Legendary Ford help you choose the perfect vehicle that best fits you and your family. Visit them at 565 Oak Street in Forest City, or visit the website at www.legendaryford.com, or call them at 245-1626.
Also, just a reminder, Grace Chapel Church off of 108 in Rutherford is needing a piano player for this Sunday, the 7th, the 14th, and the 21st. If you can help these fine folks out, they would sure appreciate it. So give them a call at 429-5008 they're needing a piano player. So I know somebody out there plays piano, and I know you'd like to play it in church on Sunday. So there you go.
It might turn into a permanent job. Who knows?
Never know. Speaking of permanent fixture, right here on the Todd and Tracy Morning Show, Robbie Samuel has been ever since he was known as Bob Hodge.
Ever since he was a little bitty tiny baby.
Well,
Do you remember when you said that the other day at Christmas, before Christmas, when they were doing their live nativity and you called him little bitty baby Robbie?
Little bitty baby Robbie.
Do you not remember that?
I don't remember.
Oh, Lord. That was funny. Anyway, it was funny.
I do remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
Guys say so much. I can't keep up with it.
He talks so much BS.
Yeah, Bob went in to have an age reduction surgery, and he came out as Robbie Samuel. So.
Yeah. Well, at least he's still a boy.
That's right. No, Bob Hodges.
That was a good one, Robbie.
Oh.
Yeah, that's important these days, ain't it?
That's right.
Of course, we're not going to misgender anybody on here.
No, that's right.
And I'm not going to use pronouns. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen.
And I'm going to tell you something about the pronouns. Well, I'm going to tell you something about the pronouns. My English teacher would be so proud of me. I have finally learned what a pronoun is. I didn't even know what it was back then because I didn't listen in school, I guess. But it took this many years to figure out what pronouns were.
What a pronoun is, yeah.
Anyway.
I identify as an attack helicopter, so, and you can't question me either.
Well, I always wanted to be a ballerina, so I'll identify as a ballerina.
There you go.
Well, there you go. I want to see you twirling around next time I look at you.
I know it.
On your tiptoes.
I'll be dizzy.
Dizzy and slippy. What a combination.
Dizzy and slippy. There you go.
Robbie, anything going on this morning?
Well, yeah, Ralston, we had a fairly busy day yesterday. It started out a little after 8 yesterday morning with the vehicle fire, and had we had two smoke reports and 2 motor vehicle crashes and a few medical calls. So it was fairly busy, and with that being said, I just want to remind everybody that smoke that you're seeing off close to Laura Hill, right in behind Hardy's cafe or restaurant, that's DOT's control burn. So it's putting off a lot of smoke, and it looks bad, but that's all the DOT's doing.
Yeah, me and Lou were wondering about that yesterday.
I'm glad you didn't say the landfill was on fire.
Well, see, I thought that's what it was. I thought maybe they were burning stuff there. I saw that yesterday. I came back in, and Lou said, "What's all that smoke for?" And then she started, texting and trying to find out.
Yeah, it's the DOT road project, so they're getting all that stuff cleaned up. Just want to remind everybody of that. And Hudlow, they had a medical call yesterday. They wasn't too terrible, but they've had a little call, so hopefully today'll be a good day and everybody can stay warm. And like you said, I guess we'll get ready and see what this weather's going to do. I guess we'll just wake up Saturday morning and find out.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
So
wait and see.
How did your blood drive go yesterday? Was that a success?
Yes, it was. It really was. And I figured we'd have probably had more turnout being due to the sickness, but we ended up still having right at 20. So
that's good.
That was
awesome.
Yeah, I thought so. Between that few hours of time that they do it there, so
right.
Could have been more. Like I said, we have had more, but I think some of it's due to
there's so
many people sick.
They really are.
Especially you don't really know what to do, because if you do feel like you got a little head cold or something, you hate to give blood and then it drop your immune system even more and make you even sicker. So
that's true. Yep.
But it went good though. I appreciate you asking about it.
Well, you're welcome. I was just wondering about that.
And we'll actually be doing another. We try to stay on the same rotation, so we have our same folks.
Right.
So within 58 days, we'll have another one. So if you can figure from tomorrow to the next 58 days, when it gets closer, I'll mention it again. But through the holidays, I kind of forgot. It was off the radio, and I didn't put it out as much. But I'll definitely share that and get it on the radio. But other than that, I think we're good with the town this week. I think everybody's just trying to get back in the groove of going back to work and trying to figure things out. And
yeah, Lord knows me and Todd are just trying to figure things out.
You know what I just realized?
Hey, what?
We were talking about moving downtown. We won't even have to go set up for the Hilltop Fall Festival or the Oktoberfest now.
We'll be right downtown.
Yeah, we'll be right there.
I hadn't even thought about
setup.
that.
We can just open our doors. We're good.
Sure can.
people can come in, check whatever out you got up front.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Do some T-shirt giveaways again or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to figure out a new T-shirt to make for. We'll have to get another catchy line, so we'll have to be paying attention.
Well,
so is the thing now we're going to give Robbie a T-shirt every Oktoberfest and Fall Festival or whatever.
Hey, it's a good tradition.
It is a good tradition.
Exactly. You can't never have enough T-shirts. I don't want to hear.
What's the one in the spring called? I keep saying the Fall Festival and the Oktoberfest.
They don't have this Mayfest anymore.
Oh, they
I
don't
don't
have
think.
the Mayfest. That's right.
That's didn't that take over the
Fab Fest?
Yeah, the Fab Fest took over.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got you.
So
we may just have our own Mayfest.
Well, somebody said something the other day, and I said that sounds like a T-shirt. Who was that?
Who knows? I don't know.
Dad, I was gonna write that down. Forgot.
But,
might have been Creighton.
Here's something I found about Tracy from the time doing the morning show with
All right,
her.
be careful now.
Even though she writes it down, that don't mean a whole lot.
Or if she says she's going to Fab Fest, that don't mean a whole lot either.
That's right.
Hey, what is this? Gang up on Tracy Day.
I have seen her write a page full of notes, come back the next day. Doggone it, I forgot to call. And I'm like, you write it down again.
Yeah.
He's just got to where he'll go, look at me, go, write that down.
Write that down.
It's the only way to do it.
Yeah, Creighton said it was him that said that about the T-shirt the other day.
It sure was. I can't remember what it was.
You have to remind Tracy and me of what you said because we've slept since then.
Well, me and Lou's been on that computer system yesterday, and I am nutty.
Well, all right, Robbie.
Computer systems will do it to you.
They sure will.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a lot to learn, a lot to
Working
know.
on them computers. Robbie, we appreciate it. Hope you have a great Thursday, and we will catch you again tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Y'all have a great day.
Thanks, Robbie.
You too. Bye-bye.
Coming up tomorrow, we're going to give our friend Jim Bishop a call. We're going to chat with him tomorrow. He's going to update us on his medical situation he had last week or so. And
look forward to hearing from him.
I think he's back to old Jim himself.
Old Jim.
So we're going to check in with him, and I know he appreciates all the thoughts and the prayers and the concerns that you have shown. And if you'd like to send him a little card, you can do that.
You can. It's put Jim Bishop, 1178 U.S. Highway 221A, and that's in Forest City, 28043.
That's right.
And if you didn't get that, just give us a call here at the radio station. We'll
send him a little card. Send him a little get well.
I'm sure he'd love to.
Yeah, send him
love
some
to
money.
hear something from you guys. Send him some money.
Gift cards. Send him a new Cadillac. Whatever you feel like sending him. I'm sure he'll be much appreciated. We're going to continue our trip around the county. Check in with Sue Price next.
Well, it's a brand new year, so let the drop-in help you start your new year off with their brand new deals. Start with a delicious breakfast chicken biscuit or a steak biscuit, 2 for $6.49. Mix and match. Or enjoy a lunch meal with a popular chicken strip meal. Get 3 strips, 6 wedges, and a roll, dipping sauce, only $7.29. Get the new year started with 6 packs of Coke products, 2 for $6. And let the drop-in help you get that 2024 diet started with fresh salads. Choose large or small. Get all this and more. Friendly staff, clean stores, and superb service. Always at the drop-in. So come on, drop in.
20 minutes till 8 o'clock. We've got Sue Neller Price on the phone with us.
Sue Neller.
Sue Neller. Good morning.
Good morning.
What?
It's a nice morning over here.
What is your middle name, Sue? Mary.
No, my name's Mary Sue.
Mary Sue.
That's
pretty.
My
I love that.
wife's mother was Mary Sue.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah. Well, we'll just stick with it.
It sounded so familiar. Then you ever say something that you know is right, then when you say it, you're like, was that?
I'm
is that
not
really
sure.
right?
Yeah, I've done that.
Was that really?
I did that every day.
That's right. So what do you have for us this morning?
Well, don't have much. Didn't have any calls from the fire department, so that's a good thing. But nothing on my church calendar for Nuggets Creek today. On my personal calendar, I got a birthday for Jackson Johnson, so I hope Jackson's going to have a good day. And Fairview has an anniversary for John and Kathy Smith, so I hope they'll have a good day. We hope anybody that's celebrating will have a real good day on their special day and enjoy it. And don't have any announcements that I know of, hadn't anything come in, so it's just very quiet over here, but we like it that way. We'll take it. So we're going to have some bad weather on Saturday, huh?
Looks like it's going to be moving in.
Looks like
Yep.
it. So that's a good day for it to happen.
That's a good day for it to happen.
That's
I
right.
like the snow part, but I'm not too fond of the ice.
Me either.
And ice
we
can
can
go
leave
somewhere
the
else.
ice out.
Some snow cream would be good, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's another superstition. You remember it?
What?
Don't eat the first snow of the year.
Yeah, that's right.
You remember that? That's another
Yeah.
superstition. We was talking about those the other day.
And I used to always say, well, if we don't, I've heard that. And they'll say, well, it's because there's something about the coming through the air, the pollution or whatever. But I always say, if you don't eat that first snow, that you may not be another
may
one.
not be another one. You may not get
we
no
have
snow cream.
we have so many.
Take advantage of it.
That's right.
Oh, man. Well, I hope y'all will have a good day today.
I hope you and Richard. How's Richard doing?
He's doing better.
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good morning, Richard. Hope you're
Morning,
good.
Richard. How are you?
He's going to the doctor this morning for his follow-up from the hospital visit.
Oh, good deal.
Yeah, good.
Well, so we appreciate it.
Everything's okay.
Oh, yeah, we hope so. So we appreciate it. Hope you have a great Thursday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Ran into a guy yesterday that I hadn't seen in a long
Did you
long
knock him
time.
down?
No, I did not. And he actually remembered who I was.
Oh, really?
The first person to ever see me on the face of God's green earth.
A doctor?
Dr. England.
Really?
Remember Dr. England? Dr. Bobby England.
Well, yeah, I remember him.
Oh, yeah. He was the first person to ever
Oh.
see me.
Oh.
And I ran into him yesterday and had a little chat with him. He's still just as sharp.
Oh.
I think he's 90-something years old.
Really? Wow.
Told me he delivered over 3,000 babies
Wow.
in his career.
3,000 babies.
Good to run into Dr. England yesterday. We had a little chat there, and it was good to catch up with him.
Mhm.
He's just
You know, didn't
same
he?
old Dr.
Wasn't
England.
he the doctor that was always there at the
East football.
for East
Oh,
High
yeah.
School? Yeah, I remember.
Dr.
I remember
England
that.
is a Cavalier red and blue, red and black, baby, through
Yeah,
and through.
that's awesome.
Dr. England. And I know if you're listening, well, it was good to see you yesterday. Good to catch up with the doctor. And he's long retired, enjoying his retirement.
That's awesome.
So,
That's
yep.
good that he's still in real good health like that. And
He said he would. He said he would have remembered me, but I came out butt first. He's, sure was good seeing good old Dr. England. We're going to continue our call around report. We're going to check in with Tina White this morning after this.
There are so many insurance agencies out there, but to find a dependable one that you can really trust, that would be Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance. They are your full-service agency offering auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. They are an independent agency that cares about their customers, and it shows. With Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance, you are in good hands. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, with 2 locations to serve you. 719 South Lafayette Street in Shelby at 704-480-7288 or 116 North Main Street in Boiling Springs at 704-434-7867. Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency, serving one satisfied customer at a time. It's a family tradition, caring for your family at a time of sorrow and need. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, owned and operated by the Crow family, has been a part of our community for over 65 years. They've been recognized for the highest level of professional service. Crow's pinpoints every service detail to ensure your family has the best service possible. Any questions, call the staff at Crow's 286-2304. They'll be happy to speak with you about pre-funeral needs as well. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, 118 College Avenue, Rutherford, or visit them at www.crowmortuary.com.
15 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock. Unable to get a hold of Tina this morning. We'll check in with her and make sure everything's going all right up there with her. So we're going to move to Brenda Kelly.
good morning, Brenda Kelly.
Good
Oh, doing just good. Fabulous. You ready for this, for our little snow?
Todd was talking about Dr. England. If I'm not mistaken, he's the same age as my older sister would have been had she'd lived, and she died in 1964 at 32. So let's see, that would be what, 60 years ago?
That's too much math.
Oh my!
So
she died young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started to say, I think Dr. England's like 92 or 93 years old.
Well, that's how, and her and Dr. England were the same age, if I remember. They used to live beside my mom and daddy up off of Spindale Street on Stonecut Street or somewhere back in there when he was little.
Oh, the one thing about Dr. England is always at Halloween. You know, he lives in between Forest City and Ellenboro.
He's got a pretty house down that way.
And every year at Halloween, now he would put on a spectacular out there. One time he rode around on a horse, dressed up like the Headless Horseman.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and that was, golly, boy, Doctor, that was the place to go back then. He loved...
You liked that then,
Oh, yeah, he loved giving back to the community, and he loved Cavalier football, and, I mean, he would... If Dr. England did it, he did it 100%.
It was decorated pretty at Christmas, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He went all out. Absolutely did.
Oh,
But,
I remember that. Yeah.
It's good to see people like that chat and sing in a while and know that they're up and about and okay, so that's good. Well, let's see. I don't have any announcements, any birthdays, nothing like that, but I do have 26 degrees on the front porch, and everybody better run out and get their bread and their bologna and cheese and milk and hot chocolate and get ready for this storm that's coming in.
That's right. They better run. Those shelves will be empty.
There'll be no milk and bread to be had tomorrow.
And the whole county.
I know. You're
well,
right.
I've got milk and I've got bread, so I don't have to run out.
I guess they're going to be eating milk sandwiches, I reckon.
Well, they better get a box of cereal in case the power goes
Yeah,
out.
I believe I do that too. It sounds pretty good.
And I'm like y'all. I'm worried about.
I am too.
She's bless her heart. I don't know.
Last we heard from her was a week ago yesterday. She was on the radio with us and sounded pretty rough then.
Yeah.
It's just, maybe she's just got something she can't shake.
I don't know. A lot of people seem to be having that.
Yeah, a lot of that sickness going around. I know the flu, the pneumonia, RSV, COVID, all that still wreaking havoc out there.
It's awful. It's on the rampage. Everybody really needs to be careful. I know when I went to the grocery store, of course, I always do this ever since COVID. I wash that handle on that buggy with that sanitizer.
That's right.
Then I wash my hands. And then when I come out, I take my own sanitizer and wash my hands again.
I know.
So it's
and people need to use that people need to use sanitizer when they pump gas too.
Yeah, well, that's true too.
Yeah.
How about that?
But the last time I had the flu, I come in a iodine. Didn't nobody have to tell me that. I had sense enough to know.
Yeah.
I was a sick motor scooter. I'm gonna tell you, I was sick. And I said, I never want to be that sick.
Seems like I remember that. That's been...
Yeah, it's been about 4 or 5 years.
About 4 or 5 years, but that was a long time there. You were, boy, you thought you told us you thought you was dying.
I run a fever for like 3 or 4 days of 102 or better.
Yeah, that's scary when you. That's what's scary when you run a fever and can't get the fever to break.
Yeah,
I remember
it's
that.
awful. But everybody needs to be careful and just. Like they say, wash them hands, and if you have to wear that mask again.
Yeah.
I know people don't like it, but it helps. So.
Yeah.
But I guess you better get down to Ellenburg, check on Luther Sweet Thing, and see if he's well and happy.
All right, Brenda, we'll do it. Thanks.
Take care,
Talk
Brenda.
To you later.
Bye-bye. Brenda Kelly with that report from the Union Mills Fire District. We are going to check on Luther after this.
Wayne's Lunchbox can satisfy the pickiest of eaters at lunch or dinner or supper, whatever you want to call it. You can enjoy salads, sandwiches, a limited meat and veggie menu at lunchtime, and then for supper, your choice of a meat and vegetables. Call on Wayne's for any catering event that you may have, offering catering service, so stop by 391 East Main Street in Spindale. Call 828-395-2225. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 until 2, for supper, 3 until 7.
Jim, have you seen Henson Building Materials' newly remodeled showroom? It's gorgeous.
You mean where they have a full line of hardware and building materials for homeowners and home builders?
I mean where Jamie, Terry, and Tony, their friendly staff, treat me like family. Oh, they're so nice.
Hey, are they taking COVID precautions and have curbside service?
Of course. They're so thoughtful.
I do need some materials, but I don't think they'll fit in our car.
Oh, silly. They have professional delivery so we can get whatever I want.
Henson Building
For
Materials,
buying you, she
177
should.
Duke Street in Forest City.
Building starts
Good.
here.
Well, you sound bright and chipper this morning.
Hey, I'm up and wearing, got my boots on. It's a good day.
Got a biscuit going, got some coffee going.
I bet you've already had 3 cups of coffee, hadn't you?
No, just one.
So far?
That's right.
Working on the second one.
There you go.
Luther, what you got for us this morning?
Not a whole lot going on this morning. Things pretty quiet this morning. See, the fire department had 3 medical calls yesterday. They had already in daylight hours, so the guys didn't have to get up last night and go out. So everything good down here this morning. So you two have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, Luther, we'll see you then. Thanks.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye. Luther Gilligan with that report from the Ellenboro Fire District. That's going to wrap up our Call Around report for this Thursday morning. Folks, let me tell you about Granny Bees. They are our official sponsor for the morning birthdays and the birthday winner. Enjoy a fresh, delicious orange twist, Long John, Creamfield donut, original glazed donut, or for lunch, stop in and order a fresh salad or delicious Granny Bees sub sandwich. Granny Bees does beautiful cakes for showers, weddings, birthdays, or any occasion you need a cake. If you'd rather have those delicious petitfours instead, you can get those as well. Granny Bees hours are Tuesday through Friday, 9 until 7, Saturday, 9 until 6. Call them at 286-9012, located at 322 West Main Street in Spindale. If you're celebrating a birthday today or anniversary, give me a call, 287-3356. We'll have a party in your honor next.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush, brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Birthday. Happy birthday to Patty Luckadoo of Spindale. Our faithful listener, Mitt Rumfeld from Lowbridge. He's 85 years old today. And also Pam Kennedy celebrating a birthday today as well. We'll pick a winner and give away a box of those petitfours coming up in just a few moments. Birthdays and events throughout history on this day in 1643. Isaac Newton was born.
Oh, I wonder if he invented the
E
fig
equals
Newton.
no. He died in 1728.
Well, darn.
1809, a man by the name of Louis Braille was born. He developed a way for the deaf to communicate. The blind. Communicate with the Braille.
Yeah.
He passed away in 1852. In 1930, a fellow by the name of Sorrel Book was born. Remember him?
I don't.
Died in 1994.
Who was he?
Boss Hogg on the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yes,
There
I
you
do remember him.
1957, singer Patty Loveless was born. On this day in 1847, Samuel Colt sells his first revolver to the United States government. As someone said one time, God created all men, Samuel Colt made them equal. By
Sounds good.
inventing the pistol.
Good slogan.
1863, the four-wheeled roller skate is patented. I thought that would have been a little
what?
later on. Roller skates.
The
four-wheeled roller skates.
Oh, really? I know.
I thought that would have been a little later on.
Yeah, I know, really.
Anyway, 1935, Bob Hope was heard on the radio for the first time. In 1936, Billboard magazine publishes its first hit parade. And on this day in 1984, a television show that I absolutely loved made its premiere, Night Court.
I remember
Love
well.
Night Court.
Yep.
Today is National Missouri Day, National Trivia Day, and National Spaghetti Day. So go to Missouri, play Trivial Pursuit, and eat some spaghetti. You'll have it all covered. We're going to check in with our good friend Rick Hauser over at Jay's Discount Grocery. See if we can get Rick on the phone this morning. The winner of our Pinafores is Mitt Rumfeld from Lowbridge, 85 years old today. So, Mitt, go by and pick those up.
Happy
Enjoy.
birthday.
Compliments of WCAB and Granny Bees.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rick Hauser
Good
with us live
morning.
from Jay's Discount Grocery. Rick, what's going on?
Good morning, straight from the warehouse.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We're over here unloading trucks. We can go back take a big load over to the store.
Oh, my
Man,
goodness.
we're stocked up over there. All you got to do is save money. Go to Jay's.
That's right.
It's fixing to snow. Mama's on her way over there today.
Yeah, boy. We're gonna tell a secret. We're gonna have some sleds
Oh.
this afternoon. They won't be here. They're not there this morning. But we'll be there this afternoon.
Awesome.
Got plenty of. I know he's got plenty of bread over
Yeah.
there. Only $1 a loaf on anything done at all, though, sir. Or on the bread aisle, I should say.
That place is always busy. It'll be super busy today.
Yes, ma'am. And we got a big load of produce to be here somewhere around lunchtime. And then we'll have a sled sometime later this afternoon.
That's awesome.
Well, if you see Martha Hauser walking around, you tell her I said hey.
I'll sure do it.
Rick, tell them where to find you.
Well, we're on Oak Street in Forest City. Look for the big red J. Come back and find out what all the secret's about.
That's right, Rick. We appreciate it. Have a good Thursday.
Thank you, Rick.
Yes, sir. Y'all come visit.
All right, take care.
Rick Hauser with the Jay's Discount Grocery. Fill us in on what's going on over there. Go save some money. Go to Jay's Discount Grocery. Folks, been great being here with you on this Thursday morning. Hey, look, tomorrow it's going to be finally Friday, friends. So we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. From all of us here at the Todd and Tracy Morning Show, we appreciate you. Hope you have a great Thursday. And as we say around here, be good. Be good to each other. It'll all come back around to you.
We sure do promise.
Have a great Thursday.
You can find the latest episodes of AARP Without Limits wherever you listen to your podcasts.
For more than 35 years, the North Carolina Rural Center has been working to secure a more vibrant future for our state's rural people and places. The latest research revealed 74% of small businesses report struggling to find the job candidate with the right education, skills, or training, often due to geographic isolation or lack of public transportation. The Rural Center continues to advocate for progress on these and other important rural issues. Learn more at ncruralcenter.com. NC Rural Center, building vibrant rural communities.
New metrics from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services shows worsening metrics for respiratory viruses such as COVID, RSV, and flu. Meteorologists in North Carolina are monitoring a developing system that may bring plentiful moisture from the Gulf on Friday night into Saturday. WXAI meteorologist Laney Pope tells us
it could be cold enough that we're below freezing. So initially, some of that rain that moves in could be in the form of freezing rain or sleet, and maybe even some snow in the high elevations. We expect a transition right now on this current track to rain as we go through the day on Saturday.
She is in Winston-Salem. While the White House and Congress remain deadlocked over how to respond to the numbers of migrants coming across the southern border, authorities there tell CBS's Margaret Brennan.
Border Patrol agents here tell us they barely have the resources to grapple with the challenges at hand. They need more agents to patrol this remote stretch of the U.S.-Mexico border to counter the cartels smuggling in migrants and more consequences for those who cross illegally. It's President Biden who sets border policy, but it is Congress that writes laws and controls the government's purse strings. And there's no agreement on how to solve this national crisis.
It's taken 4 decades, but somebody is beating an original Nintendo game for the first time.
A 13-year-old has become the first person to beat Tetris by breaking it. The 40-year-old game has no actual ending and is considered to be unbeatable. That is, until Willis Gibson, also known as Blue Scooty in the gaming world, crashed the game at level 157, and he was live streaming the whole thing. The CEO of Tetris congratulated him and said it was a monumental achievement.
The music's on us on WCAB.
This is Dakota Livesay chronicling another true story taken from the 1800s, a time known to all as the Old West. We've all experienced failure. Most people use failure as a reason to stop trying, but there are those remarkable few who persist until they end up finding success.
At Carolina
Carolina West Wireless, the gifts are on us this holiday season. Save thousands on bundling iPhones, iPads, and watches with new lines of service. Need to upgrade? Save big there, too. To celebrate the gifts we are most grateful for, our customers, we are having a holiday customer appreciation event at our retail store locations. Join us December 7th through 9th and get the best savings of the year and register to win great prizes. Celebrate the holidays with us as we celebrate you. Carolina West Wireless.
Today's story is about a man who personified persistence. His name was Gale Borden. Born in 1801, he and his family went to Texas during its fight for independence from Mexico. Gale founded a newspaper called the Telegraph and Texas Register. It was his paper that coined the phrase, "Remember the Alamo." Mexican General Santa Anna burned Gale's newspaper and threw the press into the river. But Gale's real love was inventing. He invented a locomotive bathhouse so the women of Galveston could have freshwater baths while at the beach. It was a failure. He also invented an amphibious Conestoga wagon. It sank on its maiden voyage. During a yellow fever epidemic, Borden's wife and 2 children died. He tried to come up with a cooling unit, hoping it would control yellow fever. It failed. In 1849, Gale concocted a meat product that wouldn't spoil called a meat biscuit. It didn't work either. On a voyage home from England, Gale witnessed the death of 4 children from drinking contaminated milk. He worked for 2 years to come up with a milk product that wouldn't spoil. It took 3 more years to get it patented. Then the Civil War broke out. The Union Army bought 25,000 quarts of his product per month. Shortly afterward, he was producing that much every day. Later, Gale Borden changed the name of his product to Eagle Brand Condensed Milk. On January 11, 1874, at the age of 72, Gale Borden died. He had written his own epitaph. It reads, "I tried and failed. I tried again and succeeded." You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Look, elementary forecast for today. Look for highs around 50 degrees under sunny skies. Tonight's lows around 25. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. Highs around 50. Overnight lows around 20. For Saturday, here comes the rain. Highs around 45. Overnight lows around 30. Then for Sunday, sunshine. Highs around 55. Overnight lows around 30. And then Monday, another cloudy day with rain moving into the area on Tuesday. That is your forecast. Thank you for listening. We are 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton. Where currently it's 33 degrees, and it seems that the weather is the big news. Are we going to get snow? Are we going to get ice? Well, during the evening and early this morning, I checked all of our weather sources, and currently, right now, we're still looking at rain. Now, this is our forecast today. Sunny, highs around 50. Clear tonight, lows around 20 degrees. Now, sunshine for tomorrow, highs around 45. That wind chill going to make it feel a whole lot colder, around 25 degrees. Now, for tomorrow evening, beginning, they were saying a wintry mix. Now they've changed it for us. It's just going to be rain. So we're going to keep our eye on the sky, and we'll let you know as the weather changes. However, our neighbors in McDowell County, there is a winter storm watch in effect late Friday night through Saturday afternoon. Heavy mixed precipitation possible. Total snow and sleet accumulations up to a ½ inch. Ice accumulations 2/10 to 1/4 of an inch possible. Isolated areas could see ice accumulations up to 3/10 of an inch. Now, this is just McDowell County. Portions of the Piedmont and western North Carolina starting tomorrow evening through Saturday afternoon. Plan on slippery road conditions. A winter storm watch means there is a potential for significant snow, sleet, or ice accumulations that may impact travel. Continue to monitor for the latest forecast. And again, that is McDowell County. Nothing so far has been issued for Rutherford County. And as soon as we find out anything, we pass it along. Another thing I got a question about this morning, the smoke in the Rutherford-Spindale area. That is coming from where they are burning off for the new highway. People are this morning. I was watching as I was sitting waiting to get my coffee this morning, and people that live around Yelton Street, Devaney Street, Huntley Street, and Spindale, the smoke is going in pretty much in your area. So that is where they are cutting through the new highway. Hopefully they'll be through burning all that pretty soon. I know a lot of people who have breathing issues. It's bothering them. So just be patient. They'll move on down the road sooner or later. And I see on our website that Chad Medford asked to hold on to some of those CDs and save him a Carolina calendar. Don't know which one he wants, but as we were cleaning out cabinets and drawers and whatever else, we found some old UNC calendars. We have a 2012, 2013, a 2017, 2018, a lot of 19 and 20s. So if you want one of those calendars, you're welcome to come by the station, pick it up. We also have CDs from the 2007 2A basketball championship game, East High School. So if you would like those, you're welcome to come by the station. We got a lot of those. Everything's going in the garbage can. We are in the process, of course, switching over to country music. Hopefully that will happen this Sunday. Right now, it looks like it will. And the plans are for us to move to Main Street. Don't know yet, but when we do, everything that's piled up in one corner here, nobody wants it. Out the door it goes into the dumpster. Now our local news. More concerns are being raised about the candidacy of Donnie Houck, who is running for the county commissioner in District 2. Now, on Tuesday, the Rutherford County Board of Elections received a complaint from a citizen who is alleging there is an improper conflict of interest issue that should be resolved by the State Board of Elections. The citizen points out that one of the members of the governing board of the local Board of Elections, Hannah Smith, was appointed to the position by her brother, who is Rutherford County Republican Party Chairman Bryson Smith. Because of this, the citizen contends, and the fact that Houck is a Republican presents a conflict of interest, and therefore Hannah Smith should not be a part of the upcoming hearing process to determine Houck's residency status. Rutherford County Elections Director Dawn Lovelace said yesterday that the official complaint has been forwarded to the State Board of Elections legal department, and she is awaiting a response. As a customary, it was also sent to the Rutherford County attorney. She said, as of yesterday, I've not received a response from the State Board. Unless I hear from them to do something, we will proceed with the hearing regarding Donnie Houck, scheduled on Tuesday, January the 9th at 10 o'clock. Lovelace and other election directors are in ongoing communication with the State Board of Elections. She said, we usually hear back quickly if we have any questions. I do expect to hear something back from them soon. That again from Dawn Lovelace. Now, an addition has been made to this story. A candidate challenge was officially filed with the Rutherford County Board of Elections on Friday, December the 29th, questioning the legitimacy of Donnie Houck as a candidate for the Board of County Commissioners. According to Rutherford County Elections Director Dawn Lovelace, the challenge contends that Houck does not meet the constitutional or statutory qualifications for the office based on residency requirements. Now, a hearing will be held 10 o'clock Tuesday morning at the Board of Elections office, 298 Fairground Road in Spindale. The hearing will be conducted by the Elections Board, whose members are Chairperson Frances Lockwood, Secretary Angela Placus, Hannah Smith, Linda Smith, and Georgia Steele. The challenge was filed by Mary Emily Peeler, who lives within County Commission District 2. This is the district which Houck has filed as candidate. In addition to Houck, Peeler, and the board, others present at the hearing will be the Rutherford County Attorney, as well as the court reporter. According to state law, candidates for the county commission are required to live in the district in which they are running for office at least 30 days prior to the primary election. Now, Houck changed his official residency status on the day he filed for election to 138 Park Square in Forest City. It was previously listed as 1102 South Mountain Road, Boston. Lovelace said last week that changing the official residency status is legal and that Houck met the criteria. However, there is a process in place where there are official challenges that, according to Lovelace, and the process will be followed. She said our board will conduct an official hearing. The burden of proof, according to state law, is for Mr. Houck to prove that his legal primary residence is, as he listed, 138 Park Square, Forest City. That according to Lovelace. Both sides in the dispute, Houck and Peeler, may choose to bring witnesses and present evidence. Loveless expects the board will make a decision on the challenge the day of the hearing. Houck addressed his residency status last week and acknowledged that he changed it on the day he filed for election, which is legal. Houck explained that he owns several homes and properties within Rutherford County, but says the main residence for him and his wife is an apartment within the 138 Park Square in Forest City. Houck said he has owned the building since 2018. Loveless hopes that the hearing will put the matter to rest one way or another on January the 9th, as ballots must be proofed and finalized by the local and state boards of elections, as soon as absentee ballots must be mailed out by January the 19th for the primary election, which is set for March the 5th. However, a decision is rendered following the hearing. An appeal could be made to the State Board of Elections. Well, almost 600 dogs and cats were rescued in 2023 through the Heart of the Foothills Animal Rescue in Rutherford. The exact number, according to founder executive director Karen Parker, are similar to 2022 after several years of steadily growing. A total of 589 animals were taken in, 434 cats and kittens, 155 dogs and puppies. That includes several litters of kittens born at the facility. There was a total of 288 animal adoptions this year, last year. Yeah, we're in 2024. Remember that. There were 161 cats and kittens adopted out, 127 dogs and puppies. Besides animals being adopted from the local adoption agency, Parker points out that a big part of the HFAR operation is partnership with other rescue organizations in other parts of the United States. And many of those animals were sent across the country. We'll take a look at our weather again, and we'll do that right after this.
It's a family tradition, caring for your family at a time of sorrow and need. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, owned and operated by the Crow family, has been a part of our community for over 65 years. They've been recognized for the highest level of professional service. Crow's pinpoints every service detail to ensure your family has the best service possible. Any questions, call the staff at Crow's 286-2304. They'll be happy to speak with you about pre-funeral needs as well. Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services, 118 College Avenue, Rutherford, or visit them at www.crowmortuary.com.
Good morning, I'm Pastor Lee Coyle. Welcome to Coffee for the Soul, a brief moment of devotion designed to jumpstart your service to Christ today. There's nothing like a hot cup of coffee and a fresh challenge from God's Word to start the day. This morning we will continue our devotional series about what it means to be salt and light. In John chapter 3, shortly after Jesus spoke those powerful and beautiful words of John 3:16, he went on to say, "The light has come into the world, and people love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil." The truth of Jesus' words not only played out in his own earthly ministry, we also see evidence of it throughout the New Testament in the lives of committed followers. And I'm sure as you faithfully and passionately live for Christ, you have at least to a certain extent received negative and harsh repercussions from others, perhaps even fellow church members. People love darkness rather than light. Thus, to be the light of the world and the salt of the earth means that followers of Christ are irritants to the world. Have you ever gotten salt in your eyes? It irritates your eyes immediately, doesn't it? And what about when someone abruptly turns the light on in a pitch-dark room? Wow, that's hurtfully bright, isn't it? Followers of Christ are often like that to the world, especially when our salt and light interrupts or exposes their darkness. One day many years ago, after sharing with an uncle that I had preached that Sunday, he asked me a series of questions. He said, "Did anyone get saved?" I said, "Not that I know of." "Did anyone get mad?" I replied, "Well, I don't think so." And then he said, "You didn't preach then, did you?" Now, although that line of thinking is not quite right, it does give understanding of what it means to be salt and light. We are influential in the world, as we considered yesterday, and we are at times irritants to those living in opposition to Christ. When we live our convictions, the world may belittle, marginalize, and oppose us, but take heart, they did the same to Jesus. As someone has wisely said, if being faithful to Christ rubs someone's fur the wrong way, the cat's going in the wrong direction. Now, that's Coffee for the Soul.
And quickly, our obituaries this morning, they are being brought to you by Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services. Barbara Luckadoo of Forest City passed away December the 29th.
Family and friends will gather to remember Barbara. This will be tomorrow, January the 5th, at the Spindale United Methodist Church. Visitation is at 1, followed by the service at 2. Burial is at Eternal Hills Memorial Park. In lieu of flowers, memorials may be made to the Spindale United Methodist Church or to hospice. Crow's Mortuary in charge of the arrangements for Barbara Luckadoo. The Reverend James Jim McCurry, age 90, of Rutherfordton, passed away on Friday. A visitation is being held from 9:45 until 12:45. That'll be on Saturday at the church prior to the service. The memorial service will be at 11 o'clock Saturday morning at the Mount Lebanon Baptist Church. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements for Reverend James Jim McCurry. Carol Ruth Cook, 83, passed away on December the 20th. A memorial service will take place on January the 13th at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This will be in Oregon. However, you can make online condolences at crowmortuary.com. Crow's Mortuary in charge of the local arrangements for Carol Ruth Cook. You can hear complete obituaries at 11:30 this morning and then again at 5 o'clock this afternoon. There are so many insurance agencies out there, but to find a dependable one that you can really trust, that would be Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance. They are your full-service agency offering auto, business, homeowners, health, and life. They are an independent agency that cares about their customers, and it shows. With Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance, you are in good hands. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, with 2 locations to serve you. 719 South Lafayette Street in Shelby at 704-480-7288 or 116 North Main Street in Boiling Springs at 704-434-7867. Maxwell B. Hamrick Insurance Agency, serving one satisfied customer at a time. Well, I just took a peek at the Weather Channel to see what they were saying for our forecast for this weekend. Currently, we're still looking at rain. However, our neighbors in McDowell County, you are under a winter storm watch. That's been issued for McDowell County only. This is from late tomorrow night through Saturday afternoon. Now, if you're going to be traveling over the weekend, do keep in mind to call ahead or check the weather status in the areas that you're going to be traveling in. McDowell County, again, McDowell County, a winter storm watch in effect for late tomorrow evening through Saturday afternoon. They're looking for a mixed precipitation of maybe snow and sleet, accumulations to half an inch, ice accumulations up to 2/10 to 1/4 of an inch possible. Isolated areas could see ice accumulations up to 3/10 of an inch. And again, that is just for our neighbors in McDowell County. Right now, we're looking at 33 degrees, but we're looking at sunny skies currently. If you don't like this cold weather, well, let's see where you can go to get away from it. You can go to Miami, Florida. It's 64 degrees in Miami. We'll take a look at some more local headlines from our sources across the area. 10th District Congressman Patrick McHenry's staff will hold office hours in Rutherford County. This will be on Monday, January the 8th, from 1 until 4 in the front conference room of the Spindale House at 119 Tanner Street in Spindale. Roger Kump, McHenry's Deputy District Director, will be available to meet with constituents who have issues with agencies such as the Social Security Administration or the Department of Veterans Affairs. He will also be there to listen to any concerns that constituents have with federal policy or pending legislation before Congress. He will then relay these concerns to Congressman McHenry. Congressman McHenry's staff holds regular office hours in each county of the 10th District. McHenry remains in his district offices in Mooresville and in Hickory. Again, his staff will hold office hours Monday afternoon from 1 until 4. They'll be in the front conference room of the Spindale House. Well, on December the 17th, staff from East McDowell Middle School contacted the Marion Police Department to report damages to the building. While officers were on the scene, school administrators began reviewing security camera footage. It was determined that not only were windows damaged on the building, but footage also showed 2 males had entered the school. Now, the 2 males, later identified as Ezekiel Joseph Super, age 19, and Nikki John Dula. While inside the school, the two males took items from the building which belonged to the McDowell County Schools and some personal items belonging to staff members. Dula and Super also damaged and took items from the vending machine. Investigators with the Marion Police Department began looking at the images of the 2 males
and talking with other departments, which resulted in Nikki Dula being identified as one of the offenders. On December the 18th, officers were called to McDowell Ministries Alliance Center for Men at 804 State Street for an unrelated incident. Nikki Dula was present and had been involved in this unrelated incident. Dula was arrested by officers properly belonging to this and found the property belonging to the school in a bag belonging to him. Investigator Kinman spoke with staff at the shelter. That is where Ezekiel Super was located and identified as the second offender. Some of the items that have been recovered and have been returned to the proper owners. Charges were for Ezekiel Super, felony breaking and entering, felony larceny, breaking and entering, misdemeanor breaking and entering to a coin-operated machine, misdemeanor damage to coin-operated machine, misdemeanor injury to real property. Nikki Dula, felony breaking and entering, larceny after breaking and entering, 2 counts, misdemeanor breaking and entering to a coin-operated machine, misdemeanor damage to a coin-operated machine, and misdemeanor injury to real property. Both Dula and Super were charged and arrested for those crimes. Both Dula and Super were placed in the custody of the McDowell County Sheriff's Office, awaiting their appearance in McDowell County Court. Well, Lieutenant Jesse Hicks with the McDowell County Sheriff's Office charged 30-year-old Jesse James Dillinger with felonious second-degree arson. Dillinger was issued a $30,000 secured bond. On December 13th, deputies with the McDowell County Sheriff's Office, along with other McDowell County emergency personnel, responded to a Dysersville residence for a structure fire. An investigation led detectives to Dillinger. The Sheriff's Office was assisted by the McDowell County Fire Marshal's Office. Well, I think now this is a former pastor of an independent Baptist church in the town of Warsaw in Richmond County is facing 30 felony charges relating to multiple incidents the Richmond County Sheriff's Office alleges occurred at the church between 1981 and 1997. Albert Benjamin Wharton, 86, of South Carolina, was arrested in South Carolina at 8:42 a.m. on Friday, December 8th, by investigators from the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, and the South Carolina Pickens County Sheriff's Office. Now, on that same day, Wharton was extradited to the Northern Neck Regional Jail in Richmond County. Sheriff Steve Smith of the Richmond County Sheriff's Office said Wharton's arrest was the culmination of a 15-month investigation into more than 24 alleged incidents that occurred while he was a preacher at the Barak Academy between 1981 and 1997. That academy now since has been closed. He was charged with 22 felony counts of taking indecent liberties with a child under the age of 13 while in custodial position and 8 felony counts of aggravated sexual assault. Wharton has lived and served in 7 churches in the Virginia, South Carolina, Alabama, and Florida area over the past 4 decades that, according to Sheriff Smith, the Sheriff's Office said victims are kept private and case information is being kept confidential. Well, a man from upstate South Carolina has been charged with murder after the body of a woman was found in western North Carolina. South Carolina man, according to the press release from the Oconee County Sheriff's Office, says 35-year-old Dustin Wayne Wesley Turpin of Salem, South Carolina, has been charged with murder and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. He was transported to the Charleston County Detention Center to the Oconee County Detention Center on Tuesday. Turpin was charged following an investigation that started less than a month prior when the Sheriff's Office responded to a resident on North Lake Drive in regards to a welfare check. Now, that Friday evening, December the 15th, deputies were informed that, quote, Turpin had made comments that he had killed an adult female, unquote, that according to the Sheriff's Office release. At the time, authorities did not find any evidence that a crime had been committed, but Turpin was found with a firearm. Officials say Turpin is a convicted felon and cannot be in possession of a firearm. He was transported to the hospital for further evaluation. The Transylvania County Sheriff's Office announced on Wednesday in a press release that Oconee County authorities had reached out to the department on January the 2nd, stating that they had received information about the possible location of human remains in the Sapphire community. Both departments, along with the assistance of Lake Tollway Fire and Rescue, and the on-call medical examiner, began searching that area. The remains were located at around 9:30 that night.
NCN Sports. Good morning. I'm Tony Rixby. DJ Burns had 13 points, including the buzzer-beating basket. NC State rallying past Notre Dame in South Bend, Indiana last night, 54-52. The Wolfpack did not lead for 39 minutes and 59 seconds before Burns scored the game winner to cap an 8-0 run in the final 2 minutes. Fighting Irish head coach Micah Shrewsbury.
That's NC State. They continued playing hard the entire game, fought through a little bit of adversity, came back, made plays down the stretch. Older guys made good plays down the stretch for them.
Elsewhere in the ACC last night, Miami beating number 16 Clemson 95-82 to improve to 9-0 at home this year. Isaac McNeely scored 18 points. Ryan Dunn had a double-double. Virginia beating Louisville 77-53. Cavaliers head coach Tony Bennett.
So it was a step in the right direction for sure. Just thought we were more ready, and obviously it helped being at home, but the guys responded and got a good lift. I was so happy for Tane. He just works and works, and he gave us a good lift and played well, and his physicality and his toughness was good, and we went a little bigger at times to help on the glass and clog up the lane defensively, so that was good to see that lineup as well. But it was a step again in the right direction, and we get to go and test it again here real soon.
Florida State jumping out early. They held on to beat Georgia Tech 82-71. Changes coming to the football staff at North Carolina. The Tar Heels changing defensive coaching after they stumbled badly in the second half of the season. The school announced Wednesday that defensive coordinator Gene Chizik and defensive line coach Tim Cross will not return to those roles for 2024. Coach Mack Brown will search for a new coordinator. Senior defensive analyst Tim Monachino will replace Cross. UNC faded after that 6-0 start this past season. You're listening to NCN Sports.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
Medicaid eligibility has expanded in North Carolina. Healthcare is now within your reach. Get peace of mind, reduce your worry about high medical bills due to doctor's appointments, prescriptions, emergency room visits, and preventive care at medicaid.nc.gov. Today, even more North Carolinians are eligible, including single adults. Keep yourself and your family healthy. Enroll now at medicaid.nc.gov. That's medicaid.nc.gov. This message brought to you by Care for Carolina.
In the NHL last night, the Devils doubling up the Capitals after wasting a 2-goal lead. Correspondent Dave Ferry with details.
Nico Hischier, Dawson Mercer, and Michael McLeod scored 2 goals apiece in the Devils' 6-3 win over the Capitals. Hischier supplied the first 2 goals, but New Jersey wasted a 3-1 lead before McLeod tallied with 14 seconds left in the second period. Mercer's second goal made it 5-3 midway through the third, and McDonald capped the scoring. Nick Dawes stopped 23 shots in the Jersey Nets. Connor McMichael, Evgeny Kuznetsov, and John Carlson had the Capitals goals, and Hunter Shepard made 22 saves. Dave Ferry, Washington.
In the Dominican Republic, prosecutors have accused Tampa Bay Rays former Durham Bulls shortstop Wander Franco of commercial sexual exploitation and money laundering following allegations he had a relationship with a minor. Tony Rixby, NCN Sports.
I'm here to rock the holidays with Bark Mobile. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G or Moto G Pure.
OMG, Santa. Red leather is totally trending.
You sound like my elves. You can also get 2 lines with unlimited data for just $35 a month each.
Okay, slay, Santa.
Slay on.
Bark Mobile rocks the holidays. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details or visit mybarkmobile.com/terms and conditions. Offers expire January 7th, 2024.
There are plenty of drugstores in Rutherford County, but not all of them offer the same personal customer service that is offered at the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton. Laura Hodge and her team have trusted experience and professional service. You're not just a number to them, you're a friend. Make the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton your hometown drugstore at 200 Charlotte Road in Rutherfordton. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 1, 287-7117.
At Insurance Service Associates, we want to be your insurance agent. We try to make it easier for you. When you ask, we will shop your insurance with multiple companies. We don't charge extra fees for making a payment. You can come by our office, or with many of our companies, you can pay us over the phone. Many of our customers come through our drive-thru. We want to make it simple because life is already too complicated. Insurance Service Associates, 245 East Main Street, or you can call us at 245-5301.
Look, getting with the forecast for today, looking for highs around 50 degrees under sunny skies. Tonight's lows around 25. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, highs around 50. Overnight lows around 20. For Saturday, here comes the rain. Highs around 45. Overnight lows around 30. Then for Sunday, sunshine. Highs around 55. Overnight lows around 30. And then Monday, another cloudy day with rain moving into the area on Tuesday. That is your forecast. Thank you for listening. We are 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton. And checked Spartanburg, WSBA. I checked WLOS. I've checked the Weather Channel. I've checked Weather for You. And for us right now, they're still just saying for us it's going to be rain. But that can change. You know how the weather is here. It can change. The wind just needs to blow in the one direction one time too many. But our neighbors in McDowell County, you are under a winter storm watch. That's in effect from late tomorrow night through Saturday afternoon. Our neighbors in McDowell County, you may be looking at heavy mixed precipitation possible, total snow and sleet accumulations up to half an inch, ice accumulations 2/10 to 1/4 of an inch possible. Isolated areas could see ice accumulations up to 3/10 of an inch of ice. And this is to be affecting portions of Piedmont and western North Carolina. Well, that's us, but all the places I've looked so far are just saying rain. I checked the Weather Channel this morning. For us, it says rain. I've checked Channel 7, Channel 13, and we're still... So I'll keep looking. It can change at any time. Well, we've told you about all the new laws that came in effective January the 1st. Well, the second most visited porn site in the world is now blocking North Carolina users ahead of that state law that was set to take effect on Monday. The legislation requires any company that distributes sexually explicit material to verify that the viewer is 18 years or older by using a commercially available database, that according to the Associated Press. Now, similar laws have passed in Louisiana, Arkansas, Montana, Mississippi, Utah, Virginia, Texas, that according to the Associated Press, but Pornhub says they're not playing along. The site's homepage redirects at least some local users to a message that urges people to contact their representatives to oppose the new state law. Pornhub has blocked access to North Carolina users, citing a state law that was set to go into effect on Monday. According to the message from Pornhub, until a real solution is offered, we have made the difficult decision to completely disable access to our website in North Carolina. Now, Pornhub went on to say that without proper enforcement of the law, website traffic will be driven to platforms with fewer safety measures. The porn sharing site, now this is a porn sharing site, advocates instead for companies to allow age-restricted materials by device-based verification. Well, the upstate of South Carolina, with a lot of these storms, have seen their fair share of power outages over the past few weeks. The city of Greenville and Duke Energy are reintroducing the Power On program that protects homeowners from losing power during winter storms. Now, according to officials, the Power On program was created last year to provide an affordable option for qualified homeowners to bury the power line running from their home to the utility pole. Officials say they are reintroducing this initiative to spread the word that burying the line reduces the likelihood of a power outage and ensures faster restoration during power loss. According to John DeWorkin, a Greenville City Council member, he said a lot of times we have these trees fall on power lines between the street and your home, and you're out of power until someone can come and fix it. Well, if they're buried, then you've eliminated those chances altogether. According to the city, the average cost to bury a power line is about $2,900. The cost is sometimes less, sometimes more. The city and the partnership with Duke Energy is going to cover the cost up to $3,000, according to Dworkin. He went on to say if you have some special circumstance, there is a extra labor involved that might cost a little bit more than the homeowner will cover that. Phil Halfin, a contractor with experience in burying power lines, shared what he usually hears from homeowners. He said everyone wants to have it done. No one is really against having it done. They want to know if their trench or their flowers are going to be damaged, what the process looks like, and how much it's going to cost, according to Halfin. He said he even thought about getting his power lines buried in his yard back in 2019. Now that the program has increased the coverage costs, he's waiting and wanting to apply. He said, I'm excited and I'm going to apply today. According to the city, the latest total number of applications is more than 5,000. The application process takes up to 5 weeks. Now that's good and all, but if the power is interrupted going up to the little station that feeds to your house, you're still going to be out of power, right? So is it worth it? There is a development here close to the radio station where the power lines are buried. You don't see any power poles when you go through the neighborhood. But if the power is disrupted up on the main street where their electrical box is, they're still out of power. I don't know. That's a 50-50 chance you got to take. We're up to 34 degrees right now, 24 minutes before 9 o'clock. Remember Jeffrey Epstein? Remember who he is? Yeah, we all know who Jeffrey Epstein is. Was he murdered? Was it suicide? Well, previously sealed court documents related to Jeffrey Epstein are now being released. The documents are being unsealed on a rolling basis, with 2 being held back until at least January the 22nd. Now, the records may include the names of those who worked for Epstein or only had weak ties to the financier, as well as potential victims and witnesses. Nexstar's News Nation reports appearing on the list does not mean someone is connected to any wrongdoing. It's not immediately clear who is named in the first set of documents released, but social media has been blowing it up in recent weeks with posts speculating that it will include a list of clients or co-conspirators of Epstein, the jet-setting financier who killed himself, or he could have been murdered back in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. Previously sealed court documents related to Epstein will be released. Now, that was supposed to be starting yesterday, but the great majority of those whose names appear in the documents aren't accused of wrongdoing or have been mentioned previously in the legal proceedings or news accounts. Now, still, the document release has fueled misinformation. Again, it's fueled misinformation. Social media users baselessly claim that late-night host Jimmy Kimmel's name might appear in the documents, spurred by a crack New York Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He made that on Tuesday on ESPN's The Pat McAfee Show. Kimmel said in a response on X that he had never met Epstein and that Rodgers' reckless words could put his family in danger. Kimmel went on to say, "Keep it up and we'll debate the facts further in court." Now, what we do know about the documents, who is Jeffrey Epstein? He was a millionaire known for associating with celebrities, politicians, billionaires, academic stars. Epstein was initially arrested in Palm Beach, Florida, back in 2005 after he was accused of paying a 14-year-old girl for sex. Now, dozens of other underage girls described similar sexual abuse, but prosecutors ultimately allowed the financier to plead guilty in 2008 to a charge involving a single victim. He served 13 months in jail on a work release program. Some famous acquaintances abandoned Epstein after his conviction, including former presidents Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, but many did not. Epstein continued to mingle with the rich and famous for another decade, often through his philanthropic work. Reporting by the Miami Herald renewed interest in the scandal, and federal prosecutors in New York charged Epstein 2019 with sex trafficking. He killed himself in jail, or he could have been murdered. The U.S. attorney in Manhattan then prosecuted Epstein's former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, for helping recruit his underage victims. She was convicted in 2021, now serving a 20-year prison term, and she's keeping her mouth shut. What those documents may show after they're unsealed, part of a lawsuit filed against Maxwell in 2015 by one of Epstein's victims, Virginia Giuffre. She's one of the dozens of women who sued Epstein, saying he had abused them at his homes in Florida, New York, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and in New Mexico. Guthrie said the summer she turned 17, she was lured away from a job as a spa attendant at Trump's Mar-a-Lago club to become a masseuse for Epstein, a job that involved performing sexual acts. Guthrie also claimed she was pressured into having sex with men with Epstein's social orbit, most famously with Britain's Prince Andrew. All of these men said her accounts were fabricated. She settled a lawsuit against Prince Andrew in 2022. Now, that same year, Guthrie withdrew an accusation that she made against Epstein's former attorney, the law professor Alan Dershowitz, saying she, quote, may have made a mistake, unquote, in identifying him as an abuser. Now, Guthrie's lawsuit against Maxwell was settled in 2017, but the Miami Herald went to a court-access court papers initially filed under seal, including the transcripts of the interviews lawyers did with potential witnesses. 2,000 pages were unsealed by a court in 2019. Additional documents released in 2020, 21, and 22. The next batch, about 250 records, had sections that were blacked out or were sealed entirely because of concerns about privacy rights of Epstein's victims and other people whose names had come up during the legal battle, but weren't complicit in his crimes. Now, what can we expect to see? A lot of blacked out stuff, or are we going to see the real stuff? U.S. District Judge Loretta Preska, who evaluated the documents to decide what should be released, said in her December order that she was releasing the records because much of the information within them is already public. Some records have been released either in part or full in other cases. Much of the rest involve topics and people who have been exhaustively covered nearly 2 decades worth of newspaper stories, TV documentaries, interviews, books, and testimony at Maxwell's criminal trial. The people named in the records include many of Epstein's accusers, members of his staff who told their stories to tabloid newspapers, people who served as witnesses at Maxwell's trial, people who were mentioned in passing during depositions but aren't accused of anything salacious, and people who investigated Epstein, including the prosecutors, a journalist, and a detective. There are also bold-faced names of public figures known to have associated with Epstein over the years, but whose relationships with him have already been well documented elsewhere, that according to the judge. Clinton and Trump both factor in the court file, partly because Guthrie was questioned by Maxwell's lawyers about inaccuracies in newspaper stories about her time with Epstein. One story quoted her as saying she had ridden in a helicopter with Clinton, flirted with Donald Trump. Guthrie said neither of those things actually happened. She hasn't accused either former president of wrongdoing. The judge said a handful of names would remain blacked out in the documents because they would identify people who were sexually abused. The Associated Press does not typically identify people who say they are victims of sexual assault unless they decide to tell their stories publicly, as Jeffrey has done. Now, on December 2018, the judge gave the people whose names appear in the records 14 days to appeal, then directed the lawyers to confer, prepare the documents for unsealing, and post them on the docket. 2 people whose names appears in the records have been given additional time to make arguments to the court as to why their names should not be known, and a small batch of the documents was made available publicly yesterday. I love to read stuff like that. We got more. And I got a question to ask you. Have you ever Googled your own name? Go to Google, put in your name, see what it says. Gonna tell you what you can do about it after this.
At Carolina West Wireless, the gifts are on us this holiday season. Save thousands on bundling iPhones, iPads, and watches with new lines of service. Need to upgrade? Save big there, too. To celebrate the gifts we are most grateful for, our customers, we are having a holiday customer appreciation event at our retail store locations. Join us December 7th through 9th and get the best savings of the year and register to win great prizes. Celebrate the holidays with us as we celebrate you. Carolina West Wireless.
There's a new business in Rutherford County called Southside Pizza, owned and operated by none other than the owner of Gregor's Original. So you know it's got to be delicious. They're located right across from Florence Baptist Church at 235 South Powell Street in Forest City, offering wings, pizza by the slice, a salad bar, grinders, pasta dishes, or specialty pizzas. Dine in or call in your orders, 828-305-7867. That's Southside Pizza on Powell Street in Forest City. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 until 8, Friday and Saturdays, 11 till 9, closed Sunday and Monday. Well, we're up to 35 degrees at 15 minutes before 9 o'clock. And quickly I checked some of the weather sources, some of the areas, towns around our area. If you're going to be traveling, going out of town, right now, it looks like McDowell County is the only area, even Asheville. There's nothing listed for Asheville, any winter storm or watches, warnings, weather statements, nothing for the Asheville area. Currently just seems that McDowell County is the only county that does have a winter storm watch in effect starting tomorrow night through Saturday afternoon. Now, we are watching everything. McDowell County, Cherokee County, nothing. Cherokee, nothing. Myrtle Beach, 41 degrees right now. Morganton does have a winter storm watch. Those conditions are expected to start around 1 o'clock on Saturday morning. So Morganton, Burke County area, they are under a winter storm watch. And if you want to go someplace warm, well, Miami Beach is going to be 80 degrees today. Okay, have you ever Googled your name to see what it said about you? Well, if you're looking to regain a little privacy, follow these steps to remove your personal information from Google searches, or at least hide the most embarrassing stuff. Now, I Googled my name to see what's there, and it's all about me being on the Spindale Town Council, working here at WCAB. All of that's in there. Well, there's a good reason that people are opting to remove some of their personal information from Google. A simple Google search can potentially give someone more information about you than you'd like. A stalker, an employer, a nosy coworker can often easily find information about where you live, if you've had a bankruptcy, your family's names, and more. In some cases, confidential information like your credit card details, medical history, and signature are also available. At best, this can be embarrassing. At worst, it raises concern about online security, including identity theft and spoofing. It can be tempting to try to disappear completely from the internet, but that takes a lot of legwork, especially when it comes to data brokers, and there is still likely to be a trace of you somewhere online. And while Google collects a lot of information about you, even if you do an anonymous search without tracking, use Google Incognito mode. Delete your Google activity and say no to cookies. It doesn't include that data in your search results. So if you're concerned about the potential and the personal info that is appearing in a Google search, you're better off taking it up with the source. Google. Learn about Google's new tool that alerts you when your private information is being shared online. The search giant is making a show of its efforts to protect our privacy these days, and Google announced in April of last year that it has updated its policies to allow people to request the removal of their sensitive and personally identifiable information from search results. This adds to existing policies allowing people to request the removal of highly personal information that could cause them direct harm. So listen up to find out what's the easiest way to remove your personal information from Google. Then try improving your digital security by learning how to tell if your computer has been hacked. What information can you remove from Google? Until its most recently privacy policy update, Google would only remove search results featuring highly personal information that could cause direct harm, such as explicit images and videos or fake pornography, if a user requested it. Now the powers that be will consider general personal and sensitive information for those who wish to protect their privacy. This could be your home address, your phone number, your email address, your work address, credit card or bank details, medical history, confidential login details. If you think this kind of information isn't important, perhaps it's time you learn what somebody can do with your phone number and what somebody can do with your email address. First of all, you should remove your personal information. Well, should you? Think about it. It's definitely a personal choice, and your specific situation should inform your decision. Some people are fortunate to have common names, so when they do Google themselves, they may be buried in search results. That according to Andrew Slapick, a social media professor at the University of Florida, but people with more unique names may appear in the first few Google search results. Before you go on a deleting spree, first take a look at what is actually coming up when you Google yourself. To do this, open an incognito window by going to the Chrome browser menu, selecting File, and New Incognito Window. Then type in your name into the search box surrounded by quotes. Now you got to surround it by quotes. If your name is Joe Jones, then you would put quotation, Joe Jones, quotation. Be sure to Google your first name and last name, then your first, middle, and last name. Take note of what pops up in the searches. This will be what you want to focus on removing if they seem to be problematic. Remove your personal information from Google for the right reasons. If you're deleting or trying to delete yourself from Google searches so that your corporations won't have your information, you're going in the wrong direction. Most of the information that companies get about you is not gathered from a Google search. That information is typically collected from your social media usage or your online shopping habits and other data gathering techniques. Once the information is in hand, it's sold from company to company. So even if you decide to wipe yourself off a Google search, there's likely still going to be plenty of information about you floating around out there. Removing yourself from Google search results will only help prevent future employers, potential stalkers, and nosy people from easily finding your personal information. Okay, you've made an informed decision to take your information off Google. So how do you get it off there? To remove yourself from searches, you first, and maybe most obvious step, is to delete your social media accounts, or at least change the information from your real name to a fake name. Google cannot show information that doesn't exist. That according to Dave Nielsen, a digital marketing expert with the Converted Click. Now, if a website removes your credentials, Google will recrawl and your information will no longer appear in search results. Don't forget to delete or change old accounts that you haven't used in years, like MySpace or Reddit. Googling yourself should turn up any old accounts you may not remember. If you want to keep your accounts, set your Facebook, Instagram, and other social media accounts to private, which prevents Google from showing your picture in search results too. That according to Nielsen. Also, it can take weeks for deleted content to stop showing up in search results. For anything that still remains, you can petition Google. How to delete it. There is a how to remove personal information from Google request form. Take the form, request that Google either hide the search results or delete the content. Depending on which option that you pick, you'll be asked for more information, such as whether you are requesting the content to be removed from Google and the website, or just the search results, and whether or not you've contacted the website owner. From there, specify what type of personal information is showing up on the Google search. Click the box indicating the content is live. Google will ask whether the request pertains to doxing. I don't know what that means. Some of you that are savvy with this stuff, you'll know what it means. Which the company defines as contact information being shared with malicious, threatening, or harassing intent. However you reply, you'll need to provide links to the offending website, search results, or picture and give your name, country of residence, and email address. Toward the end of the form, you'll have the opportunity to share a list of relevant search terms, such as your full name, nicknames, maiden name. Google will also ask you to share supplementary details before signing and submitting the removal request. How long is it going to take? Well, they'll send you an email right after your submission to acknowledge it has received your request. The company may contact you if your request does not provide enough details, such as URLs of the offending content. You will then get a notification of any action taken, such as whether the URLs will be removed from all searches or just those containing your name or other provided identities. If this case does not meet the requirements for removal, you'll receive a brief explanation as to why and be given a chance to supply additional materials to support your case and resubmit your claim. Unfortunately, Google has not specified how long it will take for decisions to be made. Is this going to take your personal information off the internet? No, not exactly. Google only has power over what appears in its search results, not what appears on the internet as a whole.
Plus, there's no guarantee that the search engine will agree to remove the results containing your information, or that it will remove your information from all searches instead of just those containing your name and aliases. Google has also stated that when it receives removal requests, it will evaluate all content on the web page to ensure that it's not limiting the availability of other information that is broadly useful, like information in news articles. It also will not remove results when the content appears as part of public record on government or official websites. And finally, just because something is removed from Google search does not mean it's been removed from the internet. The information could still be found via a different search engine, or if direct links to the content are posted on social media, for example, you would need to contact the owner of the website directly. If you want your information removed from the page, you can typically find contact information on a site's About Us or contact pages. If that garners no helpful information, go to WHOLS.com to get the contact information. That's WHOLS.com. Can you push down the results that you can't remove? If you've got an embarrassing mugshot or other issue that shows up on a Google search and you can't seem to get rid of it, even after contacting Google or the site owner, you can at least force whatever you don't like to show up farther down in the results. That, according to tech experts Caleb Rita of Dusk Digital. You can do this by flooding Google with other pages that have your name, new social media accounts on different platforms, and a new personal blog can all push the embarrassing information back in the search results. When you update your information in as many places as you possibly can, Google will start showing this first, as it is up to date and that information is relevant, that according to Ruda. Of course, this counteracts the idea of wiping yourself off Google, but at least it will make a search present you in a better light. Going forward, be sure to avoid any social media posts that might get you fired or otherwise tarnish your newly positive Google search results. What else can you do to remove your personal information from the internet? Now, besides removing your personal information from Google searches, there are other steps you can take to delete more of your digital footprint. Contact data collection sites and data broker services. Now, while Googling yourself, you probably found sites that say, like, we've found the phone number for Joe Jones, or click here to get the arrest records of Joe Jones. These sites are data collection and data broker sites. You can use them to access information about someone, including their address, court history, phone number, family members' names, but you got to pay for it. Getting your data removed from these sites is totally doable, but it can be a hassle, as each one has a different process. You'll need to follow the instructions on each individual site, or you can use services like Delete Me, which will do the work for you, but you've got to pay for it. Now, keep in mind, there's a chance your info could end up on these sites again in the future. One way to limit this amount of data you would inadvertently share is to use good passwords and two-factor authentication, possibly a password manager that will help you keep track of them without relying on common password. Another tip from cybersecurity experts, turn off location tracking on your iPhone and in as many apps you use to prevent them from collecting and selling your data. One more time, turn off your tracking location on your iPhone and in any apps you use to prevent them from locating and selling your data. Believe it or not, simple comments on website articles can come up in a search too. If you can't log to the site and delete the comment yourself, you'll need to contact the owners and ask them to manually remove the comment. Remember, though, that the website owners don't have to delete those comments and probably won't, but it is worth a shot. The internet is still Wild West with little government regulation, and it's very difficult to have anything taken down, even if it makes you look bad or is embarrassing. Your only recourse is the kindness of strangers, and sadly, we don't live in that time anymore, according to this information. Now, hide your home on Google Maps. A Google search of your address will bring up a photo of your home on Google Maps.
If that makes you uncomfortable, you can get Google to blur out your house quite easily. Go to Google Maps, search for your address, click on the photo of your home. The image will enlarge, so you'll see a black box appear with your address. Click on the menu inside the box and choose Report a Problem. Fill out the form that comes up on screen and submit it when you're done. One important note, though, Google cannot undo this change. And then, of course, practice good digital hygiene. Good digital hygiene goes beyond and may be more important than the Google search results. So as you take stock of the personal information available on Google, consider how you might address security issues that put you at risk for cybersecurity threats such as spyware and identity theft. By investing in security apps and RFID blocking wallets, learning tricks from the experts like how to remove spyware from iPhone and avoid public Wi-Fi dangers, you can thwart would-be hackers and thieves. And another thing, every time you use your Food Line or BI-LO cards at the grocery store, your name gets out there even more. 9 o'clock. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Rain moving into the area on Tuesday. That is your forecast. Thank you for listening. We are 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton.